YoungBoy Never Broke Again found not guilty in federal gun case. Lawyers for the rapper argued that he did not know the weapon was in his car when he was pulled over and arrested on a separate warrant in California last year. I want to talk about this story not because I'm particularly a NBA YoungBoy fan. I'm actually more of a Kevin Gates guy. To me, Kevin Gates is probably one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT living. But I want to talk about NBA YoungBoy because if you don't know, I'm from Louisiana, Monroe, Louisiana 318. And, to make it out of Louisiana, you got to be a special type of nigga, honestly. And I don't use the N-word a lot. But when we think about niggas from Louisiana, like, however we get out or however we come up, it's something special, right? And I'm still on my come up. I'm still trying to make something in the world for me, but I've been able to travel and do different things. And when I look at NBA YoungBoy, I see a lot of the same things that I went through growing up. He's much younger than me, about 10 years younger, I would say. But still, we come from similar backgrounds, both coming from Louisiana, which is a horrible state for young black men. And when I first heard the news, I was happy and excited because honestly, anytime any black man who is charged for something non-violent, generally, I'm rooting for them to beat the system because the system is always stacked up against us. Now, I'm not trying to racialize crime or racialize criminal activity because if you do the crime, you do the time, honestly. But the way the American justice system is set up, it regularly violates the rights of African Americans. And NBA YoungBoy is a boy who has been a victim of circumstances most of his life with a hard and horrible upbringing. So I'm just very interested in reading about this case. Plus, I have a New York Times subscription that I don't use often, so this is a good time to actually use it for some of my content. So, YoungBoy Never Broke Again was found not guilty of possessing a firearm and ammunition as a felon in a Los Angeles courtroom on Friday by Joe Coscarelli, July 15, 2022. Joe looks like a big NBA YoungBoy fan. The chart-topping 22-year-old rapper YoungBoy Never Broke Again, born Kentrell D. Gaulden, was found not guilty on Friday of possessing a firearm and ammunition as a felon, concluding one of two federal gun trials he had been facing. A jury in Los Angeles reached its verdict after about 2 hours on its second day of deliberations. Mr. Gaulden, who is known to fans as NBA YoungBoy or YB, faced up to 10 years in prison in the case. The gun possession charge in California stemmed from YoungBoy's March 2021 arrest in the Los Angeles area on a separate federal gun possession warrant from an earlier incident in the rapper's home state of Louisiana. In September 2020, YoungBoy was among 16 people accused of possessing guns and drugs at a video shoot in Baton Rouge. His lawyers have said none of the contraband was in his possession. Prosecutors in the Central District of California said that upon attempting to execute the warrant in that case, YoungBoy initially seemed to cooperate, pulling over his Mercedes Maybach before taking off again and leading officers on a high-speed chase. After the rapper fled on foot, police found an FNX 45 caliber pistol and ammunition behind the front passenger seat, along with cash and jewelry. Now, I just want to say, by the way, if I'm going to keep it real and talk about all the other content I talk about on my channel, I talk about mass shootings, the need to abolish the Second Amendment, how guns destroy people's lives, not only when they're fired on people and people lose their lives, but because of the senseless, stupid cases that happen. Like a rich rapper like YoungBoy shouldn't be riding around with guns in his car, period, and they shouldn't even be allowed to be in society. So many criminal cases wouldn't happen. So much money would be saved in our criminal justice system if we had less guns, right? Too many accidents happen. Too many people who shouldn't be allowed to get guns get caught with them, and then they have to get processed back in the system, and we taxpayers have to pay the cost of their incarceration or reincarceration, their parole, their probation, etc. It's all needless and unnecessary, so I'll just say that. Lawyers for YoungBoy argued that the rapper was unaware of his outstanding federal warrant at the time and panicked when armed officers approached his vehicle, leading him to take off. He did not know the weapon was in the car, they said, and no usable fingerprints or DNA tied YoungBoy to the gun. All right. Prosecutors have sought to link the rapper to the weapon using a photo and video from social media of YoungBoy handling a gold and tan gun that appeared identical to the firearm recovered from his car, according to court records. The photo was taken at the same Philadelphia shop that had sold YoungBoy the jewelry also found in the car, they argued. Lawyers for the rapper said the gun was identical to an airsoft replica and could not be confirmed to be the same weapon. Yeah, if I was a rapper, automatically my defense, if I was caught up in a federal weapons case, would be to say it's all fake, right? Isn't that what 50 did? Like when somebody tried to sue him for a bunch of money, he filed for bankruptcy. Like as a rapper, I think you should just all say it's all fake, right? And 50 did something crazy after he filed for bankruptcy, and I think he didn't have to pay somebody a lot of money. He then posted up a bunch of cash on Instagram, which then keeps up his image. And then if people ask where's the money, they'll say, "Oh, even the money is fake." The entertainment business is so shady and slimy. Anyway, we believe the evidence presented in this case supported the charges brought by the grand jury. Sierran McEvoy, a spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Los Angeles, said in a statement, "While we are disappointed with the verdict, we respect the jury's decision." You're damn right. Proven not guilty. Why? Be not guilty. Hey, there we go. As the trial started on Tuesday, the judge in the case, R. Gary Klossner, ruled to exclude lyrics from 3 YoungBoy songs from being used in court. Yeah, in my opinion, rappers' lyrics should not be used in court. It doesn't make sense. Freedom of speech, artistic expression, it's all entertainment. Prosecutors have said that the tracks Gunsmoke, Life Support, and Lonely Child referred to an individual connected to the purchaser of the gun model found in his car, and the jewelry maker of the jewelry found next to the gun. Yeah, to be honest, how could that be admissible in court when half of the time the shit that YoungBoy says, nobody even knows what he's saying? Honestly, the reason why I prefer Gates over YoungBoy is because when I listen to Gates, I can understand what he's saying, and he's clever with his words. YoungBoy, honestly, I don't like his style because it's a lot of bitch nigga, I'll light you up, light up your mama, fuck you, I'll send you bitches to heaven, like all sorts of gangster shit. It sounds like he's just riffing on a bitch like he about to fight rather than actually rapping. I don't know. The kids like it. I don't know. YoungBoy's not really for me, so I'll just say that. How could YoungBoy lyrics be used in court? I don't even know what the fuck he's saying, but maybe I'm old. But lawyers for the rapper successfully argued that the hardcore and highly inflammatory rap lyrics would be prejudicial and were not directly relevant, noting that the song mentioning an FNN pistol was released before the FN gun seized from the Maybach was purchased. Wow. It's for entertainment, they wrote in a court filing. It is not an admission of other bad acts, but it does paint the rappers in a bad light, and the jury may infer from the song that Mr. Gaulden is a violent person and take those feelings with them to the deliberation room. Yeah, that's not fair. It's prejudicial to take somebody's rap lyrics, somebody's art. If Arnold Schwarzenegger was on trial for murder, you wouldn't start playing the Terminator movie to say, look at this look at this violent criminal. No, it's all entertainment, right? And I don't know if YoungBoy's fake. I'm not implying he's fake. Who knows? Who cares? Who even cares, right? But a lot of entertainment is fake, especially gangster rap, right? The rapper's lawyer added the real issues are, 1, whether he knew the gun was inside of the car, and 2, whether he intended to possess it. It's a relatively simple case. Known for his raw reality rap, prolific output, and obsessive online fan base, YoungBoy is among the most streamed artists in the United States so far this year, competing with the likes of Drake and Taylor Swift. Since signing a $2 million deal with Atlantic Records in 2016, he has frequently topped the Billboard album chart, hitting number 1 with 4 releases in less than 2 years, but continues to exist largely outside of the mainstream entertainment business, owing in part to his ongoing legal issues. Conspiracy theory. I think Atlantic, his record label, probably wanted him to get locked up or either wants him to die so they can just make more money off of his image and his music. You know what Jadakiss said, better rappers get better promotion. Dead rappers get better promotion. So I think YoungBoy is in a weird situation because he's one of the biggest artists of our generation, of the new rap generation at least, but his label is really fucking him over. I think he tried to buy himself out of this contract and Atlantic said no, something like that. So I think YoungBoy is in a really peculiar situation, and him beating this case is another reason why I'm rooting for him, In 2017, YoungBoy pleaded guilty to aggravated assault with a firearm and received a suspended 10-year prison sentence plus probation stemming from his role in a non-fatal drive-by shooting for which he was originally charged with attempted first-degree murder. In 2019, following subsequent arrests, including for a domestic violence incident in which he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor battery, the rapper was sentenced to 90 days in jail. Since October, when he was granted a $500,000 bond in the federal gun case, YoungBoy has lived under home confinement in Utah, where he has continued to record and release music. I want to say, a lot of what YoungBoy is going through reminds me of what Gucci Mane went through in the late early 2000s and the beginning of the 2000s. Like I remember Gucci Man was getting arrested for all sorts of stuff, like pushing a woman out of a car, hitting dudes over the head with bottles, all sorts of crazy stuff. And I think it's interesting because YoungBoy has the popularity and talent of like Lil Wayne, but the criminality of Gucci Man, right? And he's a mix of both. So he's an interesting character in the annals of hip hop history. All right. YoungBoy's additional federal gun case in Louisiana is ongoing. His lawyers have argued that he was unfairly targeted, highlighting law enforcement's name for one of its operations, Never Free Again, an obvious take off of Gaulden's highly successful music and marketing brand. The rapper's legal team has successfully suppressed video evidence in the case that it said was unconstitutionally obtained. The rapper's arrest in Los Angeles last year, his lawyer said, was a massive and wildly unnecessary militaristic display of force and intimidation. So, yeah, salute to YoungBoy for beating the feds. You know, it's very rare that a black man in America gets justice. And you know what they say, white people, white Americans say, hey, he was proven innocent. So that's what they say about, you know, George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman was proven innocent, right? NBA YoungBoy, innocent. OJ, innocent. We free like OJ all day. So I'm going to sip this for NBA YoungBoy, Louisiana. Stand up. We in the building. I'm shining because it's hot out here. I'm in south of Turkey right now. But yeah. So my name is Simon Hill. Thank you for watching.